December 21st, CVB Board having a quorum present. Call this meeting to order. First order of business is consider approval of minutes of the November 16th board meeting.
Vote acceptance of the minutes, November 16th.
Okay, motion and second. I had one item to raise. Carl, the minutes say that they were submitted by Katie Kennedy, and Katie wasn't present.
Yes, that needs to be changed.
Okay, we'll amend that.
We'll amend that.
Okay. All right. Motion and a second to approve pending amendment of the person's submission. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Financial update. Carl, you going to step in on this?
Okay. All right. As of November 30th, First Bank and Trust had $15,667.13 in it. However, since that period of time, we received our quarterly income from the city of $128,459.52. So with that added in, that's going to substantially bring it up. But as of the end of November, we had $380,896.08 between checking and savings. Fixed assets, obviously, see those. We have some receivables still due. And of course, that's just normal liabilities. So we're at total assets 605,444.87 and liabilities the same. And as far as statement of activities go, does anyone have any questions? Okay, as far as our statement of activities, of course, this goes through the second month of the new fiscal year, so everything is certainly right where it should be as far as our expenditures against our budget. So I'll be.
What's the new number here? What was our check?
Our check was $128,459.52. So that's basically where we stand with our financials. Does anyone have any questions?
The $10,000 that we budgeted for event funding, yes, sir. That's still going through a review committee with normal submission.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah. We're going to address that in January and try to double check our policies and procedures on that and see where we need to go with that, because it's obviously set their nonprofits to come in and bid for.
All right. Any questions? Any comments? Any concerns?
Am I up? Well, the leisure committee hasn't even met yet, but I've chosen 4 people. And, it's safe to say that Scarlett Sloan is one of them. So she knows all about businesses. I've already going to use my own money and buy some leisure committee t-shirts. Like the slogan, somebody's got to do it or something. I don't know. We're just going to have it, but we don't meet until next year, so nothing.
The conventions and such, we've got a show we're going to in January, Joanna, we're going to partner with and take. It's for meeting professionals. This is what they do. They set up conventions and association meetings and such as that. So we're getting ready for that and get some swag together to take, some handouts and giveaways and things that promote Nacogdoches.
Where is it?
it's in Austin, and all that. Joanna, there's some other really cool stuff going on first part of this year. We're looking to keep that momentum going, but Sherry and Joanna have been very helpful, and I'll let them go into details some of the stuff. We've got some good stuff on the horizon for Nacogdoches.
John, have you got your committee pulled together?
No, it was the house, not totally, but
What have you been doing?
just hanging out.
Rick, do you have anything?
They're not at this point. I do want to get Carl and discuss with him where our boundaries need to be with the events and festivals, and we'll have a report next month.
Okay.
I'll sit down with Rick because obviously he's going to be working on as the chair of this funding. So
Right.
We'll work together on that, and so we'll be up to speed on where we're at.
Okay. Kelly?
Yes, I do have the committee for board development and training. I'm so happy these folks accepted the invitation. Judy McDonald, Pam Fitch, and Greg South. Of course, Mark, you're going to be invited to our meetings as well as chairman of this board. And I've already talked to Carl about attending as well. Did a little bit of homework with Carl, and I got some good information to start working on the first agenda for our meeting on January 10th. It's a Tuesday at 4. We're going to have it here. I think it's on the calendar here. These folks are pretty happy to get started, I think.
Great group.
Thank you for that.
Sure.
Carl, you're up.
Well, it's been an exciting month. We actually met the first of the month with the city council and gave them an update report on our first quarter. Seemed to be received quite well, and they gave staff accolades for giving them what they were looking for, and so we're very pleased with that. And one of the things I can say that for my Christmas present, and I hope it's board, as of 11 o'clock today, our new website will go online. This has been a long process. However, I want you to understand that this is a soft opening. We have a lot of work to do. We have 30 business days as part of our contract to have somebody to take care of any kinks. We have a lot of more data we're trying to get inputted into the website. But I have taken a gander at it yesterday, and I feel that the board will be proud of what's been accomplished with that. So we ask you to take a look at it, see what you think, just your comments, your views, and then we'll go forward. And as we get new things added in, we'll certainly let the board know. But effective as of today, we will have our new visit Nacogdoches.org website. And then, okay, we were able to finally get figures that we needed for our end of the year. As you know, our budget was predicated on an 8% increase that we had anticipated for the budget year 15-16. And unfortunately, did not get to that as we had hoped. Starting in May, we started seeing a decline, so that we pretty much feel that it's the construction on the south end of town finally took its hit, and there also may have been some dropping the rates to try to compensate, so that would have also taken a hit. So the bottom line is we ended up the year with zero increase, as we had hoped. So we're going to be are and have been within our budget as we move forward to see where we need to adjust. I will say, though, that the good news is, as of November, we started seeing an increase, and it's now back into the black of increase from the previous year. So we're very excited about that, and actually very happy with the red bar because it's up in November by 2%. That's very good. So we're keeping a very close eye on it and adjusting as we need to with our budget. And moving on from
Before we move on from there, my understanding is that there's at least one hotel that's not up to date.
There is one hotel that the city is working with that has been behind on their dues.
Okay, so we've got some outstanding hot taxes.
We have
not been collected.
Yes, sir, correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And do we know what the hit was when the La Quinta went to a?
Yes, sir. You can pretty much depend that went from about 50% decrease in the revenues. That's what it's averaged out.
Also in Lubbock, there's been a couple of hotels down there that are in that same kind of that hotel. I think that,
So,
How much do you think the construction has to do with this?
it does. You wouldn't. It does. The drive-by, especially, which is what those hotels look a lot.
Yeah.
People.
I know we're bringing in candidates for jobs and things, and we're putting them, if we can, in the bed and breakfast just to avoid them.
Right.
Even if they're not real bed and breakfast fans, the logistics are so easy. When is that going to clean up? Do we know?
It's supposed to be, I think April's their, they're supposed to be done, but they're a little behind. I understand they're on the clock, though, that they're, TxDOT's encouraging them to hurry up.
All right, well, we'll keep doing the best we can.
well, as I said, we're cautiously optimistic. I'm going to be interested in seeing what happens with our December figures. And then going on into some of the other accomplishments, we have installed an electronic sign-in station upstairs that we are testing out right now. And this data is going into our database, our CRM. And so we're going to hopefully, as this moves forward, this will give us a lot more information in our walk-ins. We've installed an electronic events display on our in-house TV so that you'll be able to view that. And we still have some information on our little thing as you come in the door, but this is the display is quite good and gives you a lot of information. I encourage you before you leave to take a look at it if you haven't so far. We added 4 electric outlets in the lobby so that now all of our Christmas trees for the first time are lit up. So now we can be even more festive than we have been. So we're very happy with that. We also let's see, here we go. There were 3 meetings held in Nacogdoches in October with an economic impact of about $160,727. We had 7 meetings held in November here in the city for an economic impact of $1,709,000. Our November walk-ins were 1,446, which was a 132% increase over the previous year. Now, we feel some of this went back and researched the data, and possibly some of the vintage market days or some of these may have had a bearing on it. For the most part, that was just increased walk-ins to the building. So here's that. We have a fall foliage backdrop in the lobby for photo ops. If any of you, before also be using this at some trade shows in the fall in the coming years. So we have that. Texas Highways December issue featured an article on the Fredonia and their 17 trips for 2017, which was an added value for us of about $4,853. Pleased with that. There was placed an ad in the Texas Meeting Planner Guide, but there was an added value Fredonia Hotel editorial feature in there, so that'll be their entire year with an added value of about $4,500. Sherry attended a couple of trade shows. She handed out 400 brochures at the Red River Revel in Shreveport, and 1,000 were handed out at the Texas State Fair with an estimated economic impact of about $69,000. 20 press releases have been sent out to approximately 600 media outlets within a 3 to 5 hour drive radius in the first quarter. We have emails, newsletters that have been created and distributed in October, November, and December to approximately 58 contacts. And of course, as we get more people signing in and sending in and want more information, that figure will continue to rise as to percent to. We hosted 2-day trips from Houston in the first quarter with an economic impact of close to $6,000. One group attended the Glass Castles demonstration, and we have another 5-day trip scheduled into April. One of the groups was the Red Hat ladies, so if you saw a bunch of ladies running around with red hats, they're always a fun group to have in town. We prepared 100 welcome bags for mini pilgrimage to see the springs of Palomar Hill from Houston. This is a fascinating story that there's a gentleman, he's in quite a bit of money. They've been up here once before. He actually feels that the springs have helped him heal. He has stage 4 cancer, and he is working to make sure that this particular area receives the interest from the Catholic Church and others that want to see it. So there were about 100 people that came in Houston. He has more trips planned to come in. Of course, there is something underfoot. I understand whether this happens in our lifetime, I don't know, but to have Palomar Hill designated as a saint. So if this happens, obviously that would have an economic impact on tourism, but we'll see where that goes. But anyway, so for the next few months, we are going to be seeing these buses coming in, and they're actually going to be doing all the way down into Mexico where the Palomar Hill starts. So it's going to be something to our advantage. That's me. Sorry. We produced 9 Flags Festival and Holiday in the Pines seasonal itineraries, which were placed on the website. And in the first week, we had over 700 page views. So I'm very pleased to say we are moving forward. We're looking forward to a new calendar year coming in with those right things happening for us. And we will hopefully have a lot of this information for you each month now as we go forward. Things are starting to come downhill, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger as it happens. So I want to thank the staff for the work they've done. It's been a pleasure. Without them, you'd be seeing a lot of this. You would be seeing most of this. So thank you so much for your efforts and dedication. And our staff, to our board of directors and everyone, we wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, hopefully a very prosperous and healthy new year. That's my report.
We are ready to move to item 6 and look at some of these reports. The sales and marketing report. I have a couple of questions just because I don't understand things. What is a party in the pit?
That is in the
For those of you who haven't seen this, there's an item on here that says that And Joanna met with the Holiday Inn to go over logistics for the Party in the Pit Film Festival.
Well, there's 2 retention ponds back there, and so they kind of killed my area. We wanted to have an after party
Where?
for the film festival, the Holiday Inn.
Holiday Inn.
So I decided, why not see if we could take it on, and we've gotten approval from the city and the fire marshal to have a couple of fire pits down there. We're just going to let people roll down in the pit. It's going to be cold in February, and why not? So there'll be food trucks, entertainment, booths.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Okay.
Gotta go with
Your
the
mind works in interesting ways. I noticed that you're looking for some more interns.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, well, touch base with me on that after. See if I can help. I've got a couple of ideas. Anybody else have any comments, questions?
The Pulpwood Queens are coming too.
Oh, that's right. When is that?
Okay, they're coming January 12th, and we've moved everything, of course, over to the university. The relationship has been made between Kathy and the creative writing department. The purpose is to expose the kiddos to what's possible, and in return, she will have, throughout the course of next semester and fall, authors that would otherwise not have the opportunity to come back. They're going to come back and actually be in the program with master courses or just lectures. And it was just a good way to segue that relationship, since her back, she wants literacy is her, thing. And we will be doing what's new is, in order to embrace Airmark, we set up paid lunches through our PayPal. So we'll have a count over the Christmas break, because there was no other way to do that. So we have vegan and we have regular lunches. And we've had quite a bit of response from that, which is wonderful. And they kick it off with a 21-year-old Elvis impersonator, which I hope everyone will come to because it'll be open. And then in the evenings, we'll be having our parties over at Austin Hall.
So Airmark's working with you.
They are.
What about the
We have
Starbucks?
moved them out. Yes, they are going to be open for us for about 4 hours for each day.
Any idea how many are coming?
It's shooting for 300. I mean, next year's going to be the knock it out ballpark. But yeah, they've got Pat Conroy. If anyone knows, Pat Conroy is in the world of literacy, passed away, who's also a personal friend of Kathy. So his wife will be here, and they're going to do a special, homage to him. And there's a ton. It's a great lineup of authors. So we'll see.
Having that connection with the creative writing department should keep them tied to Nacogdoches. The idea is to go back down here, right?
Absolutely. For that group, being that she has said during the break, also taking advantage of Martin Luther King Monday off, is great, but we do lose a little momentum from the university. So I think it's a good way to, if we can keep that part of it, regardless of where she has, her fun stuff. I think that'll be great.
Yeah, but let's have the fun stuff here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not at the college.
No, get them back down. Okay. Thank you for all the work on that. I know that's a lot.
That was a mountain.
All you have to do is say Kathy Murphy, and yes, you just said there's a lot of work.
What else? Anything else you want to talk us through here? I've looked at all of this stuff. Makes sense to me. Kelly, you got anything?
Yeah, I would love to, if we can. Yeah. And this is something I had in my notes, talked to Tracy about too with our leisure committee. We are really trying to make our second weekend in June the place to be is Nacogdoches for everybody. We have, of course, the bluegrass concert on Friday and the Blueberry Festival. Everybody knows it's on Saturday. People might come in for one or the other. But we really want all recreation, businesses setting up events and specials that we can publicize. This is where I'm going to turn it over to Joanna, where people can actually go to a web page and mark their entire weekend full of activity and lodging, of course. So,
And we've already created that for the film festival. So what it is, for example, right now we have Holiday Inn link. So people now will be able to go to our page and click on packages, see the various packages that are available, select them, and then also select their lodging. So it's a turnkey, and we're using a brown paper tickets, which is just a resource. They make a little money on the end. It's just included. It's all transparent. They're a nonprofit organization. So along with the sales tax for the hotel, that's included. So everything's, cut and dry. You see it all, and it's just an easy process for us to use packaging. And it's a way for us to count leisure business. We're also doing it, hopefully, with Amy's Wine Swirl. Be doing that. We're going to do it with Blueberry Festival. We already have it in place and used it for Nine Flags. Nine Flags was really more of a, here's all the events. It really wasn't a package. But what it did is increased viewing on our package page, and that is now over 1,000. So as we build these packages that are really those, real packages, we hope to see that really be a useful tool. We're excited about it. And then there was one other thing that's come through, and I worked with John on it, is the ABC Major League Fishing proposal. Have you heard of that? Okay, well, they're coming. It's happening. So initially it was a $55,000 nut, which basically would have covered a featured short feature on the attractions, the highlights of Nacogdoches. Even though that would have been wonderful, we would have been paying for it. So we won't get that, but we will have mentions of where they are, the lakes that they're on, that they're in Nacogdoches, Texas. So we hope that since this model is a new model for them to ask for money, the no ask for money has been in place for 17 events. So I asked him if we could do that so we could actually participate. And so they're coming in March for 6 days. And what that means is that 6 televised 1-hour production on CBS Sports during the whole month of July and 1 in June. And then they repeat that tournament 3 more times in 2017. So Nacogdoches be on CBS Sports 18 times in 2017 and twice in 2018 on CBS Sports Cable Network.
Now, when you say Nacogdoches will be on, does that mean that they will just mention that they're in Nacogdoches? Or
Nacogdoches County.
Okay. We're not going to have any ad buys or...
No. But I do have a way for us to get some out of it, and that is, this is confidential as far as for the, it's the top 12 money-making folks in the world of fishing. So the reason it's confidential is they won't know where they're coming because they don't want them to pre-fish any of it. That's the thing. I asked for what the money first was, but he wouldn't tell me. But the lakes are Natchitoches, Nacogdoches, Kurth, and Pinkston? Yeah, Pinkston. And so they have a lot of requirements that they need. Of course, I'm hopeful to take care of that, logistics. But, as far as having that free press. So once they're here and they're completed, it'll air 2 months later. So my hope is between that time, we create our own press that this has happened. So we push people to watch it.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Anybody else have anything for the good of the team? Looks like things are moving. Website's going live at 11.
she could smile any more, she would. She's been dedicating a lot of hours they both have to getting this thing moving forward. So I think you guys can really enjoy it. It's got a lot of good pop and detail to it.
Chris, anything that you want to contribute?
Not other than we're excited about having a website for live. It's like a dream come true. So
Good deal. Amy, you got anything that we need to know?
Mine's World coming up, February 11th.
February 11th?
We've gotten it off for Valentine's weekend. Gotten it off the Great Growers Convention, which hurt us getting good wineries. Probably have a few less wineries. We're kind of focusing on quality versus quantity. All right, first. And we are going to sell 650 tickets this year instead of 600. So we've got the capacity, we've got bigger stores. We're also petitioning, council just approved it last night, to go to Main Street that evening and have some food trucks outside and pull the food out of the stores so there's not long lines. Truly shop and drink wine outside. Hopefully the weather will cooperate and have a different look. They're helping me. Thank you for working with some of the hotels to get more out of town tickets.
Yeah, that's
The merchants really like that. They're people who shop, and so they've asked, pretty loudly, please get more out of town people, so we're making it big for that.
good. Good. Yeah, if we can bring in people for a weekend on that, it'd be a big deal.
We're also working with the B&Bs for their February. We're just calling it the Love Month. So we're going to have specials every weekend.
All right. I will make a note of that.
Yeah.
February is the love. All right. Anything else? There being no other business before the board, then we will meet here again on Wednesday, January 18th, 2017, at 8:30 in the morning. And with that, we are adjourned.